Today we're going to be making a chunky leek and potato soup without cream. For this recipe, we are going to need potatoes, leeks, garlic, fresh dill, chives, and parsley, flour, veggie broth, dark soy sauce, and white wine vinegar. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie. This is No Frills Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook with confidence with nothing fancy required. First order of business is to roast the potatoes. So preheat your oven to 200 fan or 220 regular, that's 400 to 425 Fahrenheit, and begin to prep your potatoes. I'm using new potatoes, but any kind of waxy potato like a Yukon Gold will work. Something like a russet will fall apart eventually in the soup. Roasting them beforehand prevents them from waterlogging and will also give you a bit more robust flavor. Cut them into equal bite-sized pieces, arrange them onto a baking sheet, and toss with a generous amount of olive oil, salt, and pepper. I like to make sure that the flat sides of the potatoes are facing down to increase the browning. Put them in the oven for about 20 minutes or until they are crisp, tender, and golden brown. Next, prep your leeks. Much like in my parsnip and leek soup, I'm using 2 large leeks here. Cut off the woody green tops, slice them in half, and then thinly chop them. Leeks can hold a lot of dirt in them, so make sure that they're thoroughly washed as well. Now chop your herbs. I'm using dill, chives, and parsley for this soup. Chop them as finely as possible without bruising them. If you don't like some of these herbs, feel free to leave 1 or 2 out, but I do think they all work well together. I know that dill can be a contentious flavor, but I personally love it. Let me know in the comments if you're one of those people who hates dill. And that is all the prep work done. Oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, as it really helps me out and lets more people find my recipes. I would really appreciate it. Moving to the stovetop, add some olive oil to a large saucepan over medium heat until shimmering. Add your leeks along with a good pinch of salt and go ahead and cook them until they've softened up considerably, about 5 minutes or so. After the leeks have softened, add your herbs and crush in a few cloves of garlic. I use a garlic press because I'm lazy, but you can obviously very finely mince the garlic if you're not a garlic press person, or you don't have one. Cook this until it's just fragrant, only about 30 seconds or so longer. Now sprinkle the flour over your leeks. There isn't enough here to thicken the soup considerably, but it will make it not so watery once it's all finished. Stirring constantly, cook the flour for another couple of minutes just until the raw smell kind of cooks off. Next, add your roasted potatoes to the pot. Stir them up to combine with the leek mixture, then pour over your veggie stock. Stir everything to combine and then bring the soup up to a simmer. Let the soup simmer for a few minutes just to let the flavors really get to know each other and allow for the soup to thicken just slightly. Then add in your dark soy sauce and vinegar. Dark soy sauce adds a complexity and umami to the soup, and the vinegar adds a certain brightness and acidity. Together they work very well. If you're not concerned about making this vegetarian or vegan, fish sauce or Worcestershire sauce works super well in here too. Taste to adjust for seasoning. This soup needed just a bit of salt and pepper, but I thought it could use a little bit more vinegar as well. Just keep tasting until it hits all the right notes. Now all you need to do is serve and enjoy. The great thing about this soup is that it also reheats perfectly. If you liked this recipe, please make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. Bye!